Alrighty, let's start this off correctly here. It has been quite a while since I've done any kind of video for YouTube. At least sat down and tried to make a video. Recorded some clips from some games that I thought I did pretty well in, but I want to try and be a little bit more active on this. I've got spare time nowadays. Not really in school, not really working all the time, so I figured start of a new expansion. Been playing some WoW lately, and there's some, I don't want to say controversial things going on, but definitely some opinions about certain things that I don't quite agree with or don't understand where the takes are coming from, so I thought I'd put in a little tips here and there, just to see if I can't help some people out, because a lot of the things I'm reading about Dragonriding in particular, they don't like it, and they don't like how it feels, and a lot of the complaints are they have to land all the time and recharge and all that, and I've not, in the beginning, yeah, when I was getting a feel for it, I experienced such things, but after I got the feel for it, got the angles down, figured out how the gliding works and all that, I've really not had any issues with having to land all the time. I mean, I landed just there, but that was kind of just wanted to look at this a little bit. But yeah, no, I haven't progressed all the way through. I've still got just a little bit to go here, and I still need to unlock 2 more things. But even from the beginning, I'll hop on an alt here in a moment and go down to bare bones, and it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Let's go into example here. So all you really need to do is maintain your momentum and keep your angles right. A lot of people I feel are leveling out, and you lose momentum that way. You start to lose your, what is it called? Or the Throw of the Skies. So while Throw of the Skies is activated, you're actually recharging your vigor, and you need your vigor to cast Surge or Skyward Ascent. But if you're ever so slightly angled down, you don't really lose your momentum. Technically you should be gaining, or well, I guess to a point of terminal velocity. I don't know how in depth the physics are in this, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, like I was saying, keeping your momentum. As you see, the angles are pretty much everything here. I'm going straight up, yeah, keep refreshing my ascend, but we're keeping our Throw of the Skies for quite some time, even if after I stop. So that's the majority of it here. If you just go down enough till you hit your proc, or till you proc Throw of the Skies, and then level out, not all the way, make sure you're angled down just a little bit so you're not losing too much altitude, but you're also not losing momentum. If you just sit here for a little bit, you let your vigor recharge, and then you angle up a little bit, and you just keep doing Skyward Ascent for as much as you need to. And you can make this a little steeper, but you'll lose your momentum a lot quicker, and you'll have to hit it again. But this gets you the altitude that you need, and of course, the more vigor you have, the more altitude you can gain from this, and start reaching the highest peaks. But I mean, I can reach the peak over here with just 3 vigor on my alt account before I upgrade their Dragonriding. So you really don't need to land. 3 vigor is enough to get you up in the air and to start gaining momentum and fluctuating up and down until you can get to the higher peaks that you need to get at. And while you're low levels, you really want to be looking out for the dragon glyphs. Things like these here. I've collected all the ones here in the Waking Shore and on the plains area. What is it? The Honor and Plains. They're honestly pretty easy to find. You even get little tooltips. Where's it at? So expansion features, you come down to Dragonriding. They give you little hints. So like this one here, I'm pretty sure it's this top one here, the Skytop Observatory Tower. If we come in, yeah, this is the Skytop Observatory, and this is, of course, the tower. So, I mean, they tell you when you look into the achievements. Let's see, where are... the other ones. So Azure Span. We've got one... Dragonhide Hollow. I haven't been over to the Azure Span yet, but you'll just kind of look for it, or maybe you'll know it after you're flying around. Or right here, Dragonhide Hollow. So it's probably going to be around here somewhere. So you just fly around, you'll get a little notification in your chat box, oh, your Drake senses a glyph, and you'll also have a little icon up in your buff bar. It will tell you about how far you are, and it'll update every little bit, so you can see if you're getting further away or closer. And as you find those, though, you can go through your Dragonriding skill, and this adds more vigor, makes it to where you increase your vigor as you go as well. So right here, where is one? Right here, Throw the Skies generates 1 vigor every 10 seconds. So it basically makes it to where your Throw the Skies is even more effective. Because right here you have it, it's just off the rip, it is 1 vigor every 15 seconds. Which is a lot more than if you're just sitting around. Because, let's see here. Let's land real quick. And let's get a little timer going as soon as this hits that full bar. Bam. So we got our stopwatch going, and we're just going to wait for this to fill up. But while that's going, I'm going to just explain a little bit more. Like, it's all about your momentum in the end of the day. You can have up to 6 vigor in the end. I'm just rambling here. So we just had it hit at, what, like 19 seconds? Almost 20 seconds? So, compared to 50, you save 5 seconds by just kind of gliding around and sustaining as much altitude as you can. It's really not bad. And once you upgrade, you're saving 10 seconds. That's double the speed. Like, I don't see why you should be landing unless you just don't have a feel for it, which I get. Like, it takes a minute to figure out the angles and figure out what's comfortable. I'm sure there are better ways. Like I said, I don't go hardcore into things and I'm just playing casually, but like, this feels good. Like, I have no complaints about this. I can go wherever I want. I've had no limitations. Honestly, like, the highest point I believe so far is this mountain right here in front of me. And I was going to include a video where I just go up it with just as far as I am now in my Dragonriding, and then on my alt where I haven't progressed it at all. But it'd be a lot longer than I would like it to be, because it's honestly a tedious flight going up there. But that's the highest point, to my knowledge at least, and it's got a glyph up there. I was just climbing it just to climb it. It was like, oh, high mountain, let's go up the mountain. And I got rewarded by a glyph, so I mean, it's worth going up there, seeing how far you can see, and just jumping off and doing a dive all the way down. It takes, even just going straight down, it takes some time, just like jumping off of Sargeras' sword. Just kind of fun. But yeah, as you progress through the story, as you progress through the Dragonriding tree, you get all sorts of other things that make it to where you really have no reason to be waiting around, like these little whirlwinds right here. After you complete the Honor and Plains little story with the Emerald Dragons, you get these, and let's see here. This one's awkwardly placed. Let me go to the ones over here. Oh wait, they're not awkward as this one. But they give you a little boost, and you can get going pretty easily. There's some over here by Valtraken that are a little easier to work with. So you just kind of hit it, and it gives you a boost in whatever direction you're aiming. And it's pretty much just, you could use it as Skyward Ascent, just speed boost and maintain the direction you're going, but you'd probably want to gain some altitude with it, that way you don't have to use Skyward Ascent as often. Altitude is your friend. Like, the more height you have, the further you can glide out. So that's the gist of things. Think of it like a goblin glider, but you can control your angle. And that's pretty much it right there. Like, don't think of it as flying. Like, the moment you start thinking of it as flying, you're not thinking about it right, because it's just gliding. That's all it is. And when that clicks with you, and if you have like a basic understanding, I don't want to sound derogatory on anyone who may not be the best with physics and stuff, but like if you have like a just base understanding of physics and gliding, it's really simple. Like, I don't expect to just go up there without having skyward ascent. Like, it's not gonna happen. So you need to recharge your vigor so you have those skyward ascents. Just make sure you're not losing too much altitude. Kind of angle it slightly. Like, if you level out completely like so, you lose it very quickly. But if you drop down enough to get your buff, level out, you can do this until you land. Like, you're not gonna lose your I always forget the name of this. Thrill of the Skies. I call it my blue buff. You turn blue. So like, once you get your blue, just angle out, level out. I mean, my bar's already full. I can just go all the way up again. Boom. We're going up. I'm sure you could probably space it out and be more efficient with it, but I mean, while you're blue, like, you're blue while doing this, so like, as you're doing this, you're also regaining vigor slowly. And look how high I got. I was literally ground level, and now I'm, what, probably looks like the height of Valdrakken over there? Like, it's really not bad. You just angle down slightly, get your blue, level out just a little bit, not too much. There we go. Let me see, I'm going down ever so slightly. We're not losing the blue. We're still going healthily. We're gaining our vigor. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and start gaining more altitude, but I'll just level it out. I'm not going anywhere specific. So we're just enjoying the ride, looking at the sights. And look how fast we're going. Like, this is in no way slower than normal riding. Like, I don't know if we're going top speed or not, but I mean, this is definitely faster than what we're used to. Like, I just don't understand where all the hate's coming from. Like, with as quickly as you can get the glyphs, I mean, as soon as you get Dragonriding, you can go start hunting the glyphs. And so many of them are easily accessible here in the Waking Shores. There's one over here, I forget where it's at, for the Ruby Life pools. There's one over here on top of this cliffside right here. There should be one on top of this ridge. Yeah, see, there's one there. There's one on top of this ridge here. There was that... Where's it at? Is it over here? Yeah. The observatory's over here. We had the one on top of there. There's one they start you off there, right there. That's 4. Right off the top. Because I'm not certain if this one is... And I just realized you probably can't see my mouse, so where I'm pointing you're not seeing. So we saw those 2 over there for sure. Then there's one on top of the observatory over here in front of my Drake. There's one down by where you customize your Drake. And then this tower here in front of me, that's 5 right there. Right close little cluster, you got 5 points. And I believe the first few only take about 3. Or no, it costs 1 to get that, 3 for these. So I mean, that's easy right there. Let's see. Can't remember where the rest are off the top of my head. I think there's one over here even. Yeah, it's in a little lava pool somewhere around here. That or it's over... No, it should be over here. I don't know, I can't exactly remember. I wish it would tell me where they're at. Like, give me the little proc still. But, yeah, you only have to find it once per character, which is quite amazing. Hey, there's one right there even. Like, you can come across them very easily just by exploring. Like, if you're going around getting your nodes of ore, nodes of herbs, skinning, like, doing whatever you're doing profession-wise, because, I mean, you're going to want your materials. you'll be finding these glyphs left and right. Me, once I hit a new area, I go out and I go get all the glyphs, and it takes me a couple minutes, like maybe 10 minutes. Not too terribly long. If you want to, look up a guide. You'll get exact locations. I've just been getting a feel for the land, because, I mean, this expansion looks really good. Like, you can't tell me it doesn't. And if you are, you're probably just nitpicking. Like, I appreciate this. I don't see too many asset reuses. Like, maybe these towers are a little bit borrowed from, Maldraxxus. Like, you can kind of see how they kind of just tweaked the models a little bit, possibly. Just recolored the bone and tweaked the tower detailing a little bit. But I mean, that's every game. Everyone's gonna reuse their models. But again, I digress. Like, this is about Dragonriding. I feel if you just toy around with it a little bit, I understand wanting to be upset with Blizzard. Like, they need to re-earn our trust for sure. I'm still cautiously optimistic about things. I'm not getting too ahead of myself. I want this expansion to be good. I want them to start doing better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm here to play a game. I'm here to have fun. Maybe do some dungeons and raids along the way. But from most of the people I've talked to, they're enjoying Dragonflight. They're having a good time. Things don't feel like you're being forced to do anything, like in Shadowlands. You can just do whatever you want, whenever you want. It takes a little bit to unlock Dragonriding. Like, maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour in, you'll get Dragonriding. If you're reading everything, if you're speeding through it, I'm not certain when you'll get it. A lot quicker than I did. I was reading everything, doing all the side quests, taking my time. Just enjoying it and vibing. No rush. And yeah, I felt like it was a healthy amount in. It wasn't too soon, wasn't too far in. Just still right off the rip. You definitely unlock in the first area, though. Yeah, I'm rambling a lot. I'm kind of tired. But yeah, hopefully as I make more of these, I'll get more used to explaining how Dragonriding works. But or not just Dragonriding. Wow, I am brain dead right now. Let's see here. Let's real quick hop over to my alt. That way we can show you how the lower vigor works. Alrighty, and now that we're over here, we're just gonna pop out of that, and suddenly we're a dragon. I feel like the eye glow probably gave it away a little bit. Probably a little bit misplaced too, but yeah, just thought I'd do something fun there. While you're exploring, you will find some cool little things, like this little secret inn. I'm sure if you don't know about it already, we'll just let you figure that one out. I like little puzzles. It's not too hard, but yeah, just know there's a secret in. But anyways, as you can see, I'm here in Valdrakken. I have absolutely no upgrades in my tree here, quite on purpose. We do have this unlocked, just because everything you unlock on your mains will be account bound, so kinda can't help that much. But I believe Throw the Skies is also unlocked by default. These first four are. If not, you do get it really quickly, because it looked like I had it right off the rip, so if it's not, though, apologies for the misinformation, but I do believe you have that right at the start. because that would be a little weird if you had Dragonriding and you couldn't recharge your vigor while in the sky. But, let's see here, just for redundancy's sake, let's go down ground level, because let's say you find yourself in the worst case scenario. You are down, no cliffs, and you need to start gaining altitude. You need to start going places. So let's find ourselves grounded real quick. Let's get off this peak and down to somewhere where we are grounded. So, alrighty. So right about here. Oh, also, whenever you get your mount, normally whenever I demount, I come into combat and I start attacking things and I automatically dismount. With Dragonriding, it's not that simple. You gotta click on your buff or do whatever you gotta do. So what I did was I grabbed my mount that I'm on, put it on 4 since I'm using those anyways, and I could just click that, boom, I'm off. So just a little tip there. Either your mount or if you use your summon random mount, that works too. So just a little tip there for quality of life. But again, let's get back to our Dragonriding lessons. So you find yourself grounded, can't jump off a cliff. Jump off a cliff, you go right into the water. It's kind of lame. So, damn it, I can't even path the front. There we go. Okay, so grounded, need to get up, can't get up. So we start off skyward ascent. Let's pop it one more time, get some altitude, and then you go straight down till you pop your blue, you'll level out, you just kind of ride it for a second. I'd wait till you get your second vigor. If you find yourself you got too low, go ahead and pop it now. But yeah, so we lost our skyward, or we lost our blue, so we want to angle up a little bit, get our blue, we'll recharge it again, there we go, and now we have ourselves some decent altitude. Takes a little bit longer, you can't just gain it right off the rip like you can a little later on, but this is still pretty healthy. I'm not complaining with this. And like I said, we have those glyphs that we can find over here, so we've got this one here. Let's say I'm a newcomer, I come through, bam, that's +1 glyph. Then we go up here with that skyward ascent, almost, bam, we got another glyph. Let's pop down, get our blue, level out a little bit, that way we're recharging. Still haven't landed, and we got 2 glyphs. Alright, it's pretty good. And you can spin those any time you like just by clicking over here, clicking on your stuff. You can spend however you like. It's pretty linear, not like you have a lot of choice, but you never know. So we're getting pretty low again. We just got our second vigor, so we angle up with that momentum. We go up, there's another glyph in this tower, so we could grab that. Boom, let's go up again. Oh, I lost my momentum. Alright, so we go down and level out, and we're still pretty healthy on our altitude. Pretty early, we don't need to be going anywhere else, but we'll go up here. You get this one pretty much as soon as you get Dragonriding, so boom, let's grab that. Alright, what is that, 4? 4 right there, that's enough to get you going. Get upgraded. You got a 4th vigor slot now. We'll go higher. And boom, that's 5. We can get one more upgrade probably. Actually, we were able to get one more at 4. So at this point, you've got Take to the Skies, you got 4 vigor, and then you got one of these, for sure. So I would probably, let's see here. Vigor regeneration rate is accelerated to 1 vigor every 25 seconds while grounded. So, so yeah, I guess it's even longer if you don't have these buffs. So like I said earlier, it was 20 seconds. Let's angle this so I'm not just running into the ground while I'm talking. Let's get up here. Alrighty. So I would probably go with Throw Tracer, because that's going to knock it down to 1 every 10 seconds while you're flying. And that's going to help you out a ton with 4 vigor, and then every 10 seconds you're getting a new one. that's going to help you out tremendously. And there you go. You're already set to go wherever you want, just in a couple minutes of attaining Dragonriding. So, where these complaints are coming from, I'm not sure if they're being trolls or if they're genuinely struggling. And if they are genuinely struggling, I hope stuff like this, people not berating them for not knowing, or not like berating them for struggling, like, that's, I don't know, I like to look at things more openly. I mean, look at this, just flying around, we found another one that, I mean, I've already collected all of them here in this zone, but I mean, look, just flying around, having a good time, we found a glyph, that's just one more to add to our collection. Yeah, you don't have the freedom that I had on my main, like, that's part of progression, but I mean, I'm definitely not hurting here. Like, this is a healthy amount of gliding, healthy amount of traversal, like, just make sure you're maintaining your altitude, managing your altitude quite well. There we are. And I figured I'd just do this live audio instead of doing B-roll and talking over the audio and everything. I'm probably going to find a way to get some music in here, just to make it not so dull. But I mean, yeah, like, now that I'm trying to gain altitude and get higher instead of just gliding around and coasting around, you can see, like, it's really not too bad. I recommend doing Skyward Ascent whenever you have quite a bit of momentum, that way you can get a little higher. Because I've noticed if you do it, or you don't have your blue, you don't go as high, because you're trying to gain that momentum back, if that makes sense. So, like, we do that while we're still blue. Maybe went a little bit too steep there, but you saw I also lost my momentum. So that was probably not the best example. But yeah, I like to do it whenever I have two, that way I can just chain it up a little more. Oh, was angled a little too high. There we go. It's all on that right click, just fine tuning. And if you have to turn, I use my A and D. So we got it, we're blue. Let's pop it again, and you see how far we climb. Like, it's really not that bad. And any altitude you do lose while just kind of gliding around, you gain back so quickly. Like, it's a negligible amount that you lose. And we're about to have our second vigor. So let's go up. Boom. And let's hit it again. Boom. And we're in Valdragon. Had a couple of hiccups there, but I mean, no one's perfect. And we'll go again. And come on. Oh, timed that poorly. There we go. Again, I'm not the greatest with this stuff, but I mean, I'm not the greatest. I'm still not having too many issues with it. Like, I don't know. Hopefully, I can get some views on this and reach out to some people who might be struggling. Hopefully, this helps. Maybe it'll change your opinion. If not, I'm sure there are better ones out there. I'm sure there are people who really have figured this system out, but I mean, come at it with an open mind. I get Blizzard bad. Oh no, they can't do good. But I feel they've done enough to warrant coming at things with an open mind, instead of just, I don't want to say ignorance, but I don't know. I'm kind of rambling again, but yeah, hopefully this helps. Leave some comments, maybe follow-up videos, however you want to do it. But yeah. I hope this helped someone. And I'm going to try and get better at these videos. Peace.